Hello everyone, thanks for joining me in today's video. In today's video, we are going to create this animation where once you click on this button which says race lines, there are a bunch of lines that drops from the top and then they go back. And this animation gives you feel like lines are racing with each other. So I just named it race lines animation. So let's get started with this animation. Okay, so as always we have our Firefox editor opened up on the right with live server running on it, and on the left we have our Sublime text editor with index.html, style.css, main.js and design.txt file opened up. There's nothing in the design text at the moment, and in index.html we have linked all our style.css and main.js to index.html using this link tag and this script tag. So let's get started with this project. First thing that we will need here is a div tag, which will be a container, which will kind of contain all the elements. So a container, and inside that we'll have another container. Let's create it using a div. Let's call it a line container. Okay. And and after that we'll have a button. So let's create that button. Let's say race lines. That's a good name, right? Let's put a symbol of checkered flag here. There we go. Save it. There we have a button. Okay. So inside this line container, let's first create one line. Okay. So to do that, we'll create another div tag. Let's get a class of line, and inside that we'll create another div tag with the class of child line. Okay. So the way we are going to proceed for this small project is first we'll design one line and one child line, and then afterwards we'll use JavaScript to populate the rest of the lines. We don't want to copy paste all the lines, because we'll have multiple lines, right? Okay, so I think this is all that we need from HTML. Let's go to style.css for styling. We'll do all our basic initial styling first. So for that we'll do box sizing, border box, padding 0. Let's speed it up, margin 0. Okay, let's start our body. Again, let's make it a flex element. No direction, display flex, align item center, justify content center. Okay, and let's get a height of 100 viewport height. Okay, so that kind of styles our body, and I think we have only one div tag inside body, and it will be centered because we have done this display flex, align item center, justify content center. So on doing that, all the child of the body will be centered. Okay, let's go ahead to styling our container. Again, let's make it a flex element, display flex, align item center, justify content center. I think this is what we normally use to center the element. Okay, and let's make a flex direction column. Okay, so that when we go ahead and style our line container, the button shows up below the line container. Okay, now let's go ahead and style our line container. So for doing that, we'll again use the class that is there, line container, and again we'll make it a flex element. So display flex, align item center, justify content center. Okay, let's give it a height of scroll up a little bit, height of 400 pixel, px, width of 400 pixel. Okay, let's give it a color, background color, and let's pick this time color from this website called Peloton, and we'll pick this color for now. So it's 003333. Okay, so let's give that color hash 003333. Okay, let's give it a bit of border radius. So we'll go border radius 10 pixel. Let's make it 20. Okay, we don't do we need anything from line container? I think that's it. Let's go ahead and style the line. Let's style a sample line, and let's give it a height of 100% of the parent. Let's also add a bit of padding here. Padding, let's say 10 pixel. Okay, and let's give it a width of 6 pixels. We can't see line yet. Let's get a background color so that we can see it, and we'll pick a bit of lighter shade here of the color that we use for line container. Let's use a bit lighter shade, which should be 0D 4D 4D. Okay, so here's 0D 4D 4D. Oh, what am I typing? 4D. Okay, so now we can see our line. Let's add some border radius to it. Border radius of 3 pixel. Okay, so that we have rounded edges. And I think okay, oh yeah, one more thing, we'll need padding also. Oh no, we'll need margin, so that when we add another line, it doesn't abut with this line, and we have some margin between those two. So for that we'll do margin right, let's say 10 pixel. We'll adjust this later on if we think that it's we have too many lines. Okay, let me just demonstrate what I want to do using this. So let me just copy paste this thing. On doing that, we'll get 2 lines, right? And then if I don't give the margin, then this spacing will not be there. Let's comment it up. See, there's no spacing between them. So we want spacing between lines, so let's put this, and okay, let's keep it. Why to remove? Okay, so that's we are done with line. Let's go ahead and style the child line. What's the class name? Child line. Control C. Let's put it here. Control V. And for that we will again okay, for the height we will, okay, for the moment let's take it 70%. Let's give it width same as that of the parent. We can just say 100%, and let's give it even lighter shade in the coloring. So background color, let's pick this color, which is 407F7F. okay, hash 407F7F. okay, so there we have. Again, let's have a border radius of 3 pixel. Oops, 3 pixel. Okay, so that's by doing this we have our child line and line styled. Okay, let's style the button. What do you say? Let's style the button. So for that we can just use button. Let's give it a height of 40 pixel, width of 250 pixel. Okay, let's put margin on the top, margin top of 20 pixel. Okay, rounded edges, so border radius of 10 pixel. Okay, border, let's first add the background color. Again, let's pick some color from pattern. I think this one will look good, so which is, what's the color? AA3939. okay, hash AA3939. okay, let's add the border also. Border 2 pixel, solid, same color, AA. okay, let's change the font from black to white. To do that we'll use color property, color hash FFFFF. okay, and let's increase the size. So for that we'll use font size, say 1E. there we go. And then when I move my mouse over the button, we don't see any micro interaction. So let's add some micro interaction on the button. Let's say let's put a hover state. For that we'll use cursor pointer. Okay, and when it is active, that is when we are clicking on it, let's change the font size a little bit. Font size of 0.95 em. Let's see, first thing, it changes to pointer, and then when I click on it the font gets a little bit smaller. That adds a little bit to the user experience, right? And it looks good too. Okay, so we are done with button also. Our lines are set. So now is the time we go to JavaScript to add the animation that we are all waiting for, I think. So let's go to main.js. First thing that we need is we need the line container. So for that we'll do const line container element equal to, we'll use document dot query selector. I hope I'm spelling it right. Okay, and then we need line container. So control C dot control V. Let's see if we got the container. Let's log it to the console. So console.log line container element. Okay. Let's go to browser, right click, inspect element, console. There we go. There we have our container element. Okay. We don't need this anymore. Let's remove it. Okay. Now what we want to do is, inside the container we want to add those lines, right? We don't want to, so it's like we want to generate these lines through a code, right? We don't want to put them by default in the container. And the benefit of that is you can, and the benefit of that is you can decide the number of lines that you want and just change a variable and it will just populate for you, right? I mean, that's the main benefit of program, right? Or coding as a field, right? Okay, enough lecture. What we should do next is, let's create a function that gives us this set of lines, not set of line, but it generates one child and one parent line. Okay, so let's write that function first, and then what we'll do is we'll put it in a loop and we will kind of generate all the lines. So for that we'll create a function. So in JavaScript we'll do function, let's say create line. Okay, now inside that we'll create a div element. So we'll do const line element equal to document dot create child, and we'll say give me a div. Okay, and to that div, to that element we will add a class. Did I put dot? Okay, class list dot add. Now which class we'll add here? We'll add this one, which we have already defined. Okay, so let's add that, and then we'll create another div tag. Let's copy paste and let's call it cline for child line, which represents child line. Again, we need it to be div, and to that class, to that element we'll add the class of child line. So now you kind of get the point, right? What we are doing is we are creating this structure through this particular function. Now we just created two divs, we haven't added. Now okay, you see here that this div is a child of this div. Child line is a child div of this div, which has a class of line. In JavaScript we just first created those two divs, and now let's append let's add this cline element, which is a child line, to the child line element. That way we'll have it as we see in the HTML. So to do that we'll have to do line element dot append child, and here we'll do cline element. Okay, and after that we'll just return it. We'll return the line element. Control C, Control V. Okay. Now let's run a for loop let it run for 10 iterations, 10, and inside that what we will do is we will add this whatever this create line function is returning, right, which is a line element, will add as a child to the line container element. So let's do that. Line container element dot append child, and here we will add, okay, let's call this function. We'll have to call this function Control C, Control V, put this bracket, and let's save it. and nothing happened. Okay, let's think out what happened here. Let's inspect. Do we have some error here? Okay, create child is not a function. I think it's called create element. Is it like this? Okay. So it was create element. Okay, you saw we have, I think now we should have 12 lines. Let's remove these lines because we don't need them anymore. Save it. Let's reload the page. Okay, yeah, I mean JavaScript is running by default, so you would have all the lines showing up. Okay, next thing is, okay, yeah, so now we have lines. Now we need to add the animation. So for that, what we will do is first we'll put our child lines height as 0, and then we will have some transition or 2 second, let's say ease, and then in JavaScript we will add the height of the all the child lines. So first we need to get those child lines. So for that, again we'll use document query selector. We'll just say const cline elements equal to document dot query selector all, and we'll call all, we'll kind of select all the child lines, and the class that they have is child line, but we need to put a dot here. Okay, let's see if we got all the child lines. But yeah, they don't have height, so but still let's log them to the console and see what we get. Console.log child line elements, Control C, Control V here. Let's inspect. See, all of them are there, right? 1, 2, 3, or 10 of them, and they're there, right? Now let's assign them some height. Okay, so we'll have to iterate over all the elements because there are 10 child line elements, right? Because we have added 10 lines. So for that we'll use for each loop. So first Control C, child line elements dot for each. Inside that we need to first give the name to individual elements. So let's just say cline element. And for each of them, we want to run following function, okay, which will be cline element dot style height equal to, for now let's put 70%. See what happens. Okay, we instantly got all the lines with the height of 70%. Let's add some timeout to them so that we have a randomness. That's how, that's how we'll get the effect of that racing of individual lines. So for that we'll use set timeout function. Set timeout. Okay, we need this arrow function to run, and we want to have some randomness. So for that we'll use math.random function. Now math.random returns value between 0 and 1. So let's multiply it with 500, which will give us random value between 0 and 500. And set timeout will take that, I mean after the comma, the argument that it needs is a delay after which this event will be triggered in terms of milliseconds. So we'll have a random delay between 0 and 500 milliseconds. Let's save it, and there we have it. There we have our lines racing to the 70% height. But we didn't add any functionality of this race line function. Right now we need this whole action to happen once we press on this button. So for that we need to obtain this button first in the JavaScript. So for that again we'll use query selector. Let's do that. Const button element equal to document dot query selector, and here we'll just say button. So that way we have our button, and then on the button let's add the click event. So for that what we will do is button element dot add event listener, click. So once you have the click, we want this thing to execute. Let's put everything inside this and see what happens. Control X and Control V. Let's indent the code because that's a good thing to do. Control save. Okay. Oh, now see, now I mean every time I click we get more lines. We don't want that. So we don't want to create those lines, we just want this animation to happen. So for that, let's put this thing, Control X, and let's put them here. Okay. So now when you click, you get this animation. Now we are getting this animation, but now if I want to click this button again, we want all the lines to start from the beginning, right? So for that, what we will do is we will add another, inside this function, inside this set timeout event, right? We are setting it to 70%. Let's reset them also. So for that, let's add another set of lines, which will just say, let's put another timeout, set timeout. We'll just say cline element style height equal to 0. Control C. Again, we'll have to create this arrow function here. We'll just say set them back to 0, but do it after a bit of delay, which should be, let's put it 2 seconds. Let's see if that works. All lines are there and then they need to go back. Okay, let's put 3 seconds so we can see the winner, right? Okay, those two guys as winner and then they'll go back. Okay, let me click on the race lines again. There we go. Right, let's add a little bit more lines. So for that, let's make it 20. Will that fit? Okay, let's see if this works here also. There we go, and they go back. Okay, so guys, that's all I have for this small project. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something from it, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye bye.